Today I'm going to share with you the 5 steps that you need to know to polish your car's paint and remove all scratches and swirl marks and apply a ceramic coating. If you're a complete beginner, this is something that you can accomplish too, or if you're a professional, but I'm going to share with you all my tips and tricks so you can do this at home as well. So let's jump right into it. Here's the before of this Yukon Denali. As you can see, there are swirl marks everywhere on this paint. We got a couple deep scratches up here, but the swirl marks and spider webs are insane on this thing. And this happens when people drive their car through a car wash. Those automatic car washes do this to your paint, completely destroy it. But you know what? Honestly, no harm against that. We can get this completely corrected and removed very, very simply. So let me show you all the products that you need. So in order to polish your paint, this is what you need. You need some sort of polishing compound, which the Meguiar's Ultra Finishing Polish and the Ultra Cut compound. This is probably one of your most economical but go-to products that just work. You have your harder cut compound for the deeper scratches, and then you have your finishing compound, which is if you have light swirl marks, you can almost get away with just using this. And when it comes to polishers, this is a small circular polisher. This allows you to get into those tight to reach spots that are around your bumper, and it's not those larger panels like your doors or your hoods. Now, this is my Milwaukee 21mm cordless orbital polisher. This one rotates in an orbit, which allows you to not have to worry about your paint being burnt. But any random orbital polisher, like this one, which is corded, this one you can also pick off of Amazon. Any economical random orbital polisher will work. Now, when it comes to polishing pads, this is a softer core microfiber pad. Microfiber pads is kind of my go-to just because they have come a long way with making the work a lot quicker. This one's a thinner, stiffer backing plate for the deeper cuts. The softer ones are more pliable and friendly when it comes to removing lighter swirl marks and scratches. Or you can go to the tried and true foam pads. And this one's from Lake County. Comes with 3 different pads, orange, white, and black. Black being the softest, white being mid-grade, and orange being the stiffest. When you get to the stiffest grades, that's when you're trying to cut more. The softer ones are for when you're trying to do your fine finish polishing with like a polish like that. So pads are not necessarily the end of the world, but Lake County or a high-end microfiber pad always seem to be something that I would recommend picking up. You also need a stack of clean microfiber towels. You're going to need some sort of clay bar along with clay lube, which can just be water and soap. So you can slide your clay bar after you've washed it to remove imperfections on the paint before you polish. Next thing you're going to need is some sort of, so this is 3D wipe surface prep, just rubbing alcohol from the store. You're using this after you polish to remove any oils or residues. The other product that I like to use is this light. It does allow you to have a wide range of light to see all the scratches and imperfections. And this is a polishing pad for removing polish and cleaning the pad in between each door panel or pass. You just have your pad spinning and you use this to kind of scrape it and brush off any of the residue. There's tons of different ceramic coatings you can get. They come in little bottles like this. I always fall back on Cerakote for their ceramics because they make the best, in my opinion, in the industry. But any other off-the-shelf ones work, just sometimes they don't last as long as a more high-end professional detailing ceramic coating, but this one is the one that I like to use from Cerakote. Now, when using the clay bar, all you want to do is make sure you have a flat surface. You spray on some of your clay lubricant, and what you're going to do is take that clay flat surface pad, and you're just going to lightly, with 2 fingers, just press down a little bit and let it slide across the surface. And by doing that, you're going to feel high spots. You're going to feel rough points, and those rough points are contaminants that didn't come off in the wash phase, and you're removing them with the clay bar to pick them up so your polishing pad doesn't scrape dirt across the surface of your paint. The clay bar is to take up the big stuff and not remove any scratches. It's more of just a prep stage, and you want to do it on the entire vehicle, which should take you about an hour to complete. Once you've covered one spot, fold the clay bar over and press those contaminants into the clay bar to reveal a flat new surface with no contaminants, so that way you can remove from the next panel. So I've added this tape line here, and this is just for polishing to kind of show you the difference, the before. So before, super swirled on both sides, and I'm going to polish this side to show you the difference in between the two. So this is the side we hit with the Ultra Cut compound. This side we did not. You can see here, it's not absolutely perfect, but the larger imperfections compared to this side, all of these higher, deeper swirl marks were completely cut down or removed. The ultra fine polish will then go through and take care of those minor scratches that you see. But the main point of this step, the first step, is to take care of all of the deep, big scratches that you see on this side that were removed from this side. Now that we got the entire hood done with the Ultra Cut compound, so the Ultra Cut, the stronger cut, always change your pads. You want to change your pad at least every 4 panels. So 4 doors is equivalent to 1 pad. And in between that pad, you're going to use that brush to essentially remove some of this and then blow it out to get any of that powder from the actual compound removed. But now that we're going to switch to the Ultra Finish compound, we're going to use a new pad. This is a softer one, but for finishing, still microfiber, but more of a finishing pad with the finishing compound. Now that we have the hood completely polished, there's just dust from the polishing compound on the hood. It's time to use our rubbing alcohol to spray on the entire surface, clean it off so it removes any oils or any residue left over from the polishing phase before we put on the ceramic coating. When you're applying the ceramic coating, you're obviously putting all those drops onto the pad itself. You're barely putting any pressure and you're doing half overlapping passes to ensure that the coating is completely covering the surface for the area you're working on. Usually you want to work on like a 3x3 surface maximum. And once you do it this direction, you're going to want to turn around and go back in the other direction. The whole point for this is you're doing an even crosshatch to ensure that you're covering the entire surface. Once you have the coating applied, you're going to want to let it sit and flash for about 2 to 3 minutes. It is dependent on the manufacturer, so every time you do this, look at the bottle and the instructions for the product that you're using for the ceramic coating, and then you're going to just buff it off with a microfiber towel. And the whole point is, as this flashes, you're just leveling off the coating so there's no high points, so that way you have a clean glass ceramic coating on the surface. And when you're buffing off and leveling the ceramic coating with your microfiber towel, you're barely using any pressure and you're just lightly dragging across the surface. If you want to see a complete car getting detailed and ceramic coated and polished, click this video right here on screen and subscribe if you're new and if you like today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.